Hello everyone, hope you're all okay. I arrived at Calais in really good time, and after looking at my ticket I was allowed to just board the next ferry in front of the one I was due to get. I was due to get the one at 12:30 and I ended up getting on the 10:30. It was the same ferry that I'd caught a month before, so I was pretty familiar with the layout. I got myself a coffee and sat outside, waved goodbye to France. After lunch, I just did some editing, listened to some music, and just reflected on what a fantastic trip it had been, how much I'd enjoyed my time away, and how happy I was that it ended with the way that it ended. It was very challenging in Mequinenza. My first part of the France trip had its own downfalls, obviously, but to have the two biggest fish of the trip both within the last 12 hours of the entire trip, pretty cool. And apart from being held up at customs, my journey from Calais to Dover pretty much flew by.
God, that was quite nerve-wracking. Just left customs. They were asking me a lot more questions than what I thought they would ask. I found myself getting a bit defensive, if I'm honest. She asked me how I could afford to go travelling, where I'd been. She asked me if I could prove where I'd been, and I told her that I'd been making these videos. If I didn't tell her that and I didn't show her my YouTube channel, I really don't know what I'd have been able to say, apart from maybe I could have dug out a fishing license from France, or I suppose I could have validated it by getting in touch with the fishing lake at Limoges. But then she wanted to know what else had I been up to apart from fishing. And when I told her that I'd been mainly fishing for the last month, she looked like she didn't believe me. Who would go fishing for a whole month? Yeah, and when I told her about the channel and the videos on the channel, that's what made that whole interaction end. And they just said, yeah, off you go. So do yourself a favour, whether you've got a YouTube channel or not, record it, take loads of pictures. I know you would anyway because you're on holiday. Take loads of pictures, take loads of video, keep receipts from anywhere and everywhere that you go, because they really do ask a lot of questions. She asked if I had any alcohol and tobacco. I said no. She asked me if I had any drugs or firearms, and I said no. No, those things are easily bought in this country. You don't have to worry about smuggling them in. Someone else has already done that for you. I can't put that in. But I suppose, everything, when they ask you something, you then have to sort of validate everything that you're saying. And once they're satisfied, they open the back doors. They never once looked in there. They literally just glanced in there. They didn't open one fishing rod bag. I've got buckets, bags, loads of tubs. You've seen it. There could be all sorts in there. They didn't put a dog through the van. Yeah, they held me there for quite a while. I suppose maybe they were considering emptying it, but I don't know. My answers to the questions were enough to satisfy their curiosity. I found myself getting a bit defensive, and I was trying not to because she's just doing her job. She was quite nice. She's a nice person. She's just doing her job, and she's got to be on guard because people that come through there smuggling or whatever they're doing, obviously they're not coming through with a big sign on their head saying I am a drug smuggler. They're just normal people, aren't they? So I suppose they have to be vigilant. But it's quite tricky not to get defensive. When someone asks you a question, you give them an answer and they pretty much just say, well, prove it. Yeah, it makes you think, well, why should I? There's so many more checks. I got stopped for my passport and checked for my ticket probably a dozen times coming back in. I had 4 people, or stopped 4 times so that people can go through my van on the way back into the country. Loads trickier coming back in the country than it is getting out of the country. If you come into the country legally, anyway. If you come into the country illegally, they meet you with a tinfoil blanket and a cup of tea. I might try that next time.
Apart from being held at customs for a while, I was happy to be back in the UK. Just got about 200 miles now to drive.
It'll always be survival of the fittest, leave the opposition missing. Fuck your optimism, head in the sands without a pot to piss in. You better listen as I break it down along the vision. The product of a system, not concerned with any isms. Just one of many in a beast belly, riding merry. Avoiding telly, tabloids and the dead and buried. I know my head is heavy, I need a secretary to try and file all my thoughts for the cemetery. I need a library filled to the brim, a hyperbolic time chamber just to take it all in. I need a pen, a pad, a beat, a voice and thoughts from within. Finally, I need the 3rd degree to make it all spin. You see the way that we do it, so fluent, it's true. All the seeds sown and similarly pulled from a root. What lies beneath grows deeper to remember the truth. And then I regurgitate it up to tell it to you. Cause we remember the days, never pondering age. Amazed at the money earned from a minimum wage. We wanna go back, fuck a throwback. We in the place, bringing raps, 3 millennia, the rawness stays. And we remember the times, never pondering lives. We were living in the moment till tomorrow will rise. We wanna go back, fuck a throwback. We do it right, bringing raps, 3 millennia, the rawest rhymes. And it's AI, still doing this till late night. You'll never see me suffer stage fright from great heights. I'll take flight, see the skies high, limitless. AI Icarus, rhyme so villainous, pain so vivid, such picturesque brilliance. David Foster Wallace with a little John Dillinger. Basquiat vision chiseled over what I'm bringing you. No words to describe, cause I have no synonym.
That's me back in windy old Norfolk. First thing that I did was I popped round, visited my mum. Things were a bit different at the house. Obviously, Jensen's not there. I keep forgetting, you know, even when I was 20 miles away from my mum's, I was thinking, oh, I can't wait to see my boy. And then I remembered, but you know, it's like, I still do that about my dad when I'm fishing or when I'm at work or someone says something funny. You know, he's been dead probably, yeah, over 3 years, 3.5 years. Yeah. So, yeah, a few things have changed. Things change. Life goes on. You've got to force life to go on. Yeah. But I feel a bit like I don't really know what to do with myself. I've got plenty of things that I need to do. I need to unload the van. The van needs a good tidy out and a good sort out. I could do with a shave, little trim up. Yep. Trim what hair I've got left. So I think I'm going to get myself down to Turkish barbers. Yeah, and then go sit in the sauna for a bit, I reckon. It's strange, isn't it? I've been France, Spain, I've been all over the place. I've been some places where it's really nice and hot on that day. And there's been plenty of times where I've thought, I can't wait to get back and sit in the sauna. Yeah. Just got to try my best not to chew everyone's ear off with my excited tales when people just say, how are you? Because I have a tendency of doing that. Just talking. I just talk, I get overexcited and I talk and I express how happy I've been about stuff, and then before I know it, I realise I've been talking for a really long time, and then when I go off and I'm on my own, I sit there and overthink and beat myself up for how much I might have overshared, swearing, or tried a little bit too hard to make people laugh by saying stupid things, and it just goes round and round and round in my head. Oh well. Wow. That's a bit better, boy. Oh, I sit in the sauna. Right, that's it for this one. I've got loads of jobs to do. Sort my van insurance out. I've got my dad's, every year on my dad's what would have been his birthday since he died, we have a family fishing competition with like prize money and trophy, and it's just a good excuse for us all to get together on what would have been his birthday and remember him. We're doing something that he loved. It's normally a pretty good day. It's a pretty good day. We stop at lunchtime and have like a picnic style lunch together. Yeah, that's coming up at the end of the week. I've got some organising to do for that. Yeah, got loads to do. Still got to sort the van out, like just clean it. Yeah, empty it, put everything away. Yeah, I'll see you all soon.
We wanna go back, fuck a throwback. We in the place, bringing raps, pre-millennia, the rawness stays. And we remember the times, never pondering life. We were living in the moment till tomorrow